Leo tunakemea polisi kwa kuweza kutumia nguvu kutawanya wale ambao walikuwa wanaandamana dhidi ya mauaji kiholela ya wanawake na kuweza kumkamata Executive Director wa Amnesty. Down to police, down. Tusimame.
Comrades power. So tutachukua mkono wa kushoto tuwekelee kwa kifua, alafu tuimbe wimbo wetu wa mapambano. Sawa sawa. Wale hatujui tutakaa karibu na mtu ambaye anatoa. Haya, twende. Kupigwa na kupokonywa maisha hatutatuzuia sisi wananchi kunyakuwa uhuru wetu na haki ya jasho letu na haki ya jasho letu. Tumekataa kupiga magoti mbele ya wauaji. Bila shaka sisi pia ni watu, hali ya utumwa tumeikataa. Hali ya utumwa tumeikataa. Tutanyakua mashamba yetu, tupiganie
Hola, yo. So, Sam, I want to say that not everybody in the room knows about the story of the anthem of the struggle with Mapambano. This song was written by a group of human rights defenders. The first version, 1995. The version that we are using now, 1996. I say that because 2/3 of the people in the room were not born then. Is that right? Is that right? Yes, 2/3 of the people in the room were not born then. That's why I have given the history of this song. So, Wanjambi, Kamara Wanjambi, the late Karemi Nuthu, Karemi Nuthu was actually assassinated. He was killed in his residence at Utah in 1996, February. We still remember him. He was part of the people who composed this song with Kamara Wanjambi and the team at Release Political Prisoners Pressure Group. We retain this song because it's the manifesto. If you read the song, it's actually the manifesto of our struggle for dignity, for human dignity, where we insist that our rights they are not given to us by somebody, and they cannot be taken therefore by somebody. So it's a very powerful song. That's where we normally start all our functions, human rights and social justice functions, with that song, Wimbo wa Mapambano, and you realize how powerful it is. So we are going to have a very lively session. All of you now have a copy of the program. I have requested for the list of organizations and the rights defenders who have arrived. I will be reading your names as we go. We are going to start, apart from the anthem of the struggle, we are going to be receiving, Alaman, I think you didn't come and assist me in this session. Come, I want us to do something together. So Tracy, that is the Keys to the City, will be helping us in that section. I'll call her up, and then after that, we are going to, the exhibitions are going on out there. Some of you have gone through the exhibition spaces. Take your time, interact with the people who are managing the exhibitions. It's very, very important. We'll be having Missing Voices, the Vox Pop, and we have a team that is going to be doing that session. Stories from victims and survivors of human rights violations will follow. And then we are going to have Mufasa, very liked by all of you. And artists and social justice centers traveling theater will be coming in before we take the lunch break. So this is a very engaging, very interactive session that we are starting with. And as I have my conversation with Alaman, I have spoken with Tracy, Keys to the City, to start us off. Do you want me to move I can leave it? Okay. So Tracy, Keys to the City.
Hello, good morning. My name is Tracy Lagat. I am a spoken word artist. I am a law student. And as the notion of this sounds, I want to change the world using my words. The poem I'll perform today is titled Keys to the City, and I hope you enjoy. Who got the keys to the city? Who's in charge? Who's the boss of this town? Tell me. Who calls the shots? Who wears the crown? Is it the president? Is it the governor? Who should we go see when we want a peace? it the pastors preaching prosperity in churches? Or is it the tycoon selling drugs in dark alleys? Is it the police officers asking for some tea? Or is it the online business scammers? Or is it the boys robbing in broad daylight because no one seems to speak? Is it the Niger boys in Kilimani? Or is it the lawyers in Milimani? Is it the matatu drivers and conductors always telling us they know where we're going? Is it the social media influencers showing us how we need to live our lives online? Ask a friend. Ask anyone you can get. I need to know who I should talk to if I want a chance. I'm asking for a friend, for a sister, for a stranger. I'm asking on behalf of anyone who ever got the keys, what it takes to unlock infinite possibilities. Is it the person reporting this? Is it the filmmakers who choose to show us what they want us to see? Is it the actors in the roles they choose to play and the narratives they choose to set? Or is it spoken word artists like me, who decide to impact the society, aka Kilo Chadamisi? I'm asking on behalf of the voiceless. See, I'm asking on behalf of the pointless. This spoken word has voices. Voices from our parents dripped on our shoulders. Voices trying to escape the matrix, trying to get that dollar. Voices trying to survive, trying to stay alive. I need to know who got the keys to this city. Because my boys are dying in the streets. Who got the keys to this city? Because my girls are perishing, trying to figure their way around. My girls have been silenced and burnt to the ground. Who got the keys to this city? Because our fathers have been blinded, our mothers have been misguided and blamed for the consequences. Who got the keys to this city? Because I hear voices. I hear voices from the voiceless. I hear voices from the pointless. They want to know who got the keys to this city. Nobody knows. Nobody. Nobody knows who owns this land. Nobody knows who's the bad man, because see, I'm hearing these voices and they're saying they're going to start a fire. They're saying they're going to burn this city down to the ground so that we will not need any keys. See, I hear voices na they're threatening kuhakisha moto ya kuna mtu anaweza zima. A fire that will burn all norms and stereotypes, burn all barriers to human rights, harmful practices, and everyone will be set free. See, a fire that will burn down this city, that we will not need any keys. Tell whoever has those keys that we do not need him. Just like the Israelites, we have been promised Canaan. No longer in shadow, no longer in chains. We will build a city where justice will reign. And who holds the keys to this new city, you ask? It's me and you. It's all of us, even the humble and the meek. Tell whoever got the keys, had to root in mystery. In our new city, we will rise. Our dreams will take flight. We will laugh at the past because justice will be revived. Our voices will be heard. People will prophesy. People will testify. Because in our new city, we will be free. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tracy, for that wonderful piece. Let us give another round of applause to the side. You know, there is an old adage that says, it is dangerous to be right when the government is. It is dangerous to be right when the government is. And those are the times we are living in right now. Very difficult time, but what is inspiring is the resilience of the Kenyan people nation to stand up against injustice, and we've shown that this year. Sindio, this year has been a tough one. Nobody envisioned, nobody expected what has happened this year, but tumepambana. So juu hiyo story tukiendelea, ije kuchangamshe kwa sababu Karibu tulikuwa tu kidogo. We were just there at the finishing line. We were just there. So nataka tujisai, tujikumbushe, alafu tuone kama tutapata sai, tuanze hivi yote, si ndio? Nijeshe ya kukana. Usifahamu. Unajua sio rahisi kila mtu apate kujibu. Kuna watu wengine hapo katikati yetu wako na dansi sana kwa kichwa, lakini wanitoe kuje kwa mwili ni ngumu. Asanteni sana mama man. So without much ado, I would like to welcome someone who you all know. I want Smith, I want Mecca, you can call him whatever you like, but he has a way with words. He has a way with words. He has a way with words which get deep inside your heart. So help me welcome Namakofi, the one and only Mufasa.
Hi everyone. I don't know about your mother, but my mother is amazing at exaggerating. The first time my mother saw me in the newspaper on the full page, my mother called and said, "Babe, my mother does not believe in fighting for your rights, especially if the police are involved. My mother will say, Unajua askari wanabuni, akupiga risasi. Utafanya unapeleka wapi? Police station. Sio kule kwao. Every morning after a protest, my sister calls. My voice tells her I did not spend the night at a morgue. It is a good morning. There will be no morning at our home. At least my mother will get another chance to try to talk sense to his son. My mother will say, David, don't talk about the government in your poems. Just fight. But don't try to right wrongs in your writing, because one day you might write a poem so good it will take you to a grave where people will come to give you your flowers. They will say that the last poem was so deep it took you under so much depth it took them to call you to get your flowers. My mother will say, don't try love a country with your poems. Just love a woman instead. But I remind her, even the women I would write for are dying too. But white policemen, killers of children, armed with nothing but a voice. You saw that boy? The two are pointing to a song. To speak and tell the degree of grief the family went through. They try to handcuff our voices, chain us to fear, because we don't trust the balance to trust our voices. I might not know policing, but I know a policeman. My dad was, and I was safe in his hands, but a sharpshooter that he could never miss. I know this because he would stay years without seeing his family and never miss them. On his deathbed, I watched a bullet wound of many years ago come back to life, trying to take his life again. My mom said, blame diabetes, but I was just thinking policemen are not immortal. They die too. They get sick too. They laugh too. They get children who are going to get killed by policemen too. So what country do we want for all our children? Because it's like they're going back in time, going era, from life to bodies, back to body bags. Leave us aquariums for swimming body parts. In the name of democracy, people are still missing. Am I missing something? They say justice can feel like a hug. But what our government tries to disarm the court of arms, the Belgium and Congo, and everything we treasure, they take people we elect in power. They will not uphold the constitution that makes us equal. So don't tell me we of the Writers Club should never write pages that will cause stars, that will hold stars, Stylus, Thomas Sakara, Boogie Badyo, Kashpagai, Gary Madan, Luis Zai, Kashpagai, was a pack, this new Hunter, Gary Sticky, Kotoa, Katakula, Tuka, Mungo, Mungo, Luka, we of the Portugal, will write pieces that will draw the sun, such as rain, to light and folks in villages, women in corridors, stars in offices, police in schools, guns in peace missions, missionaries in social halls, in fact, clap, clap, when the gays will retire, and continue to make our pause like, rather than do this is for you to bring back songs of revolution, songs like the Zakat, and Kansas and Kaisa, because ours is not a revolution of gun and violence. Ours is a revolution of the mind, spirit, and energy. And we're going to pick our movement by teaching those who did not say teach us. And we're going to walk around the teachers saying we are not the real thing, our word is real, because the real freedom as a word, free from corruption, free from police brutality. But freedom by itself is not freedom. Freedom is responsibility. That's why we're here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor. I think Kenya is one of the countries where freedom of expression we should not take for granted. Sindio, we should not take it for granted, because I know there are some countries which I will not mention that even having an event like this is a problem. When we talk about some of this social evil as an enemy.
But what we have done is that we decided to deliberately start giving it up for the generations that have come, because what we used to do, you are doing it 3 times better than how we used to do it. So if you see us, calling Alaman on the spot, and you see how he does it, it's because we are now confident that this country is in safe hands, and we are not going to fall back, we are not going to go back. So this journey, we must complete it. We must complete this journey. And we have 2 more this journey. And we have 2 more items, and Mufasa will be coming back. We have, as Amanda said, we are calling for all artists who are in the room. This is your space. come forward and share what you are able to share, so you can come to where we sit there with the man and we'll give you space. There are two items that are on the program. One of them is that we wanted to hear stories from survivors, stories from victims and survivors of human rights violations. This year, particularly, as Ramana said, has been epic. We've seen the things that have happened. So we'll be arranging, and those who want to share their stories, please let us know so that we can be able to create space for your input. But we also have the social justice traveling theater. I don't know whether they are ready. I don't know whether they are ready to take over the stage at this stage. I don't know how ready they are. What time do you think will be ready? Noon? Is noon good for you to take over? Let's have a dialogue. Yeah. They were supposed to give us their presentation at noon. So let me know when they are ready. Agaman, thank you very much. If we have any survivors, and I think this Samson was helping us with these stories of survivors and victims of human rights violations, let us know when they are ready, because this is a sensitive session. It's not like a performance. It is something different. Somebody shares their story when they are ready to do so, and when there is social support available. We are very fortunate that Salma is here among others, but let us know when when people are ready. Now, I was told there was a young person who had something to share, if they are ready at this stage. Or welcome back, Tracy. Is Tracy able to come back? Where is Tracy? Where is Tracy? Do you have something to share? When you are ready, let me know. When you are ready, let me know. Okay? You can see that those are very sensitive things. Samson, I can't see Samson in the room, so I do not know about the missing voices. And the input is Rajab here. Rajab, missing voices. Rajab for missing voices. Is at Central Police Station. Yes. Yeah. Very good, Terry. Thank you very much. Before we take that, Salma, I want you to stand, please. Let us smile. Salma is here to help us with a very important session. As I said, Salma, I want you to come and say it from here. I don't have the technical language, it's a technical. And I say it the way it's supposed to be said. About what you're offering.
Is it good morning or good afternoon?
Still morning.
Still morning.
Just there about.
Good morning. As you have heard, my Empress name is Salima Joaquim Asharian, because Cyprian is the Gen Z of our time, they're allowed to call me Salma. Nevertheless, so they are, or we are, a team of counselors and psychologists in the house. So if you know you came to support survivors, I know there is Mokani there, other counselors in the house. Yes. Yes. So what we shall do then, I shall request you step out together with other survivors so that also we prepare them if and when they are ready to share their stories. But this is what we ask from you, our audience, kindly. If when they come up here and they share their stories, let's give them time. Let us be present. If maybe they won't be congruent, let's also offer grace. If they'll be emotional, let's hold the space for them too. But it's not easy. The We've been through a lot. Even sometimes, if you've never lost a loved one through a bullet, you don't know how it feels. So if they come here when they're ready, I humbly request all of us just to be present. And if they give us consent to record, well and good. But if they don't, kindly let's not use our phones to record their stories, unless they give us consent to do that. And please don't take these stories out of context. Let's not shine with the survivors' stories. I think that is as much as audience, that's what we can do. Then the rest, you leave for professionals to do. It's not too much to us.
No.
So asante, thank you.
Let's appreciate Salma and our team of counselors and psychologists. We go back to Kelvin.
I'd like to call Black People Music from all the way from Kajiado County.
Viva Corporate, viva! Viva Corporate, viva! Kwa majina ni Black People Music, straight out of the Voice of Justice, representing Kajiado. Let's do this. Nasimama leo kasauti ya waripoti wanazokuwa grao wanaoishi na hofu wakipitia kao, maana siku hizi kila sunrise kuna sunset yake ni too soon ni surprise. Alikuwa feri lakini kwake hakuwa na imani na yeye, akaona heri amtoboe ampume. Society likakando silent kachozi kidogo kwa maji hadi tabia bado haibidi mashai kwa serial. Next day alikuwa kwa gazeti na mimi tulichakisha CAT, lakini wakasukana alikuwa memory amebaki kwa statistic. Another femicide story. Femicide neno la kibongo limeleta kizunguzungu, imebeba uchungu, imejaa maumivu, lakini serikali imekaa kimya ama wanaishia wauaji Mungu. Zaidi ya mara moja tumekuwa streets na placards tulichuka kufusakiza, lakini tulishe kwa gazoes before wakazi wanadai kurest ama unangoja before zifike ngapi. Ndio sasa ni kweli tunachali na wanawake wengine rada gani hawajibu hizi hadi iwe ni mjaondo utapatarani for silence neutral ni betrayal, lakini hawezi kuwazoe maitu zaidi tukoreli kupigania haki ile. Kuna kiosa nitoka asubuhi na hakurudi at night chukuna faraha kuona na yake ikiwa right. Hizi vita ya wanawake pekee, pia wewe brother father tushikilie bega sauti kwa wingi kuemega useme kwa nguvu nitaingia kwa femicide sasa. Maana mwanamke amebeba maisha uzima, mbona wewe uzime tuone kwa zako para sana hizi vitachuo bila kuchungulia chukuna msiani kipishia wale wanaweza kushikia justice safety ndio tunadai kwa impress wetu wote message yenye wote tunuka kutabadilika kuwanda wanawake na kuacha na majeraha kwenye maraha. Kwa hivyo usinyamaze, sipige magoti sasa kwa hapo kila city nchi tuonyeshe itakaye kuexist street. Alafu wa polisi ikawa na kuoga missing these incidents you are live happy and what's more sadly it's the ones that have force mkipita ni kwa na most maromani geta wewe hapa na pale na boss anazoesha girls maisha ya kibosh. Alafu anageuka boxing champion hivi video to oblivion tulisaidia kwa soprizo now our mothers are paying for age. Something must be amiss. Kila wakati naangalia ni kutitelepodi ya hawa misses, alafu tunaenda kwa chacha kwa mistress. So wakituonyesha sense za distress tulikuwa distracted na video zikuhusu isiyewa nisema watainvestigate but then hawa wafanya kitu. Shukran.
Another round of applause for Black People Music. Thank you so much. Enjoy the particular afternoon. Let's turn up. It's fun. show you a problem. Asanteni sana. Hao watu wamekaa hapa nyuma na wako kwa stage. Shida hii gani? Ama hii reggae, watu wanaweza dance reggae kama stima. Ndio maana watu Stima kidogo na wasumbua, tukazima tu. Ndio mtu anastahili zideni, si ndio? So I welcome Cyprian again to take us through. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now what I'm going to do for 3 minutes is to offer a very brief human rights education background, which is very essential for the session we are running in the afternoon. In the afternoon, we are going to have duty bearers, and we have about 11 of them that have confirmed participation in the afternoon. And then we are going to have rights holders who will be giving us their perspectives from their advocacy and human rights defense. Clarice, welcome. I saw Clarice, where is she seated now? I saw Clarice. So this is what I want to say. In the year 2010, we promulgated the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya through a referendum, and on 27th of August, we did the promulgation at Uhuru Park. If you have seen the last few days, is that the governor of Nairobi has actually privatized Uhuru Park, which is very problematic because that's the place where we promulgated our constitution. That's very problematic. But what I wanted to say is this, that our constitution, the Constitution of Kenya 2010, the first 7 chapters of the Constitution lay the ground for the Republic of Kenya. And from chapter 8, we establish institutions and structures to implement the principles that we have laid from chapter 1. We speak about the sovereignty of the people and the supremacy of the Constitution. I'm going to be very brief. In chapter 2, we speak about the Republic. In chapter 3 is where you find Article 10. Article 10 speaks about our national values and principles. And these are supposed to be directive principles of state policy, and everybody is supposed to follow those principles and values that are in Article 10. So that is chapter 2 on the Republic. Then chapter 3 speaks about citizenship. Then chapter 3 speaks about citizenship. Who are the citizens of Kenya and how you become a citizen and what is your status as a citizen. If you have seen recently, the government has made even our identity cards to expire after a number of years. And that is going to open a huge window for massive corruption and the deprivation of people's rights. Because an identity card, if it's going to lapse, it's not clear why it is time-bound, it will now become like the passport, which expires after 10 years. And then people will be required to pay a lot of money to get a new identity card. So you can see the window of corruption that is going to come from the lapsing of period of time of the identity card. So that is on citizenship. Chapter 3 is citizenship. We go to chapter 4 of our Constitution, which speaks to the Bill of Rights, Haki za Binadamu. And it is one of the most elaborate constitutions in the world when it comes to the Bill of Rights. Very elaborate Bill of Rights. It gives very clear entitlements as human rights, and they not only are the very basic of rights, they include the civil rights, civil and political rights. We have a very elaborate section on socioeconomic rights. We have group rights that are outlined in our Bill of Rights. Our Bill of Rights is very strong, and it's important that all of us actually stand on the Bill of Rights, that is Chapter 4 of our Constitution. At Article 59, we have established the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights and Equality, which in 2011 we actually divided to 3 commissions, and those commissions are going to be here in the afternoon. Kenya National Commission on Human Rights is our host here, co-host. In we have the CAJ, the Commission on Administrative Justice, and we also have the National Gender and Equality Commission. I have seen the director, Paul Kuria, coming in. I don't know where he's seated. He's right there. We have a big history with how we demanded for those commissions to be set up, and we continue to work to ensure that the Article 59 commissions continue to play their role. You've seen what the executive is doing to try and repress, oppress, shut down, intimidate these commissions so that they cannot be able to play their role as they're supposed to do. Even defunding them. Most of these commissions are only having salaries to just survive and pay rent and fuel vehicles. They do not have resources so that they can be able to do their work. Most of them rely on donors, so there's a big problem there. Let me go quickly to Chapter 5 on land and the environment. This is a very important chapter, and it has been elaborated for a reason, because land in this country is very central, and it is the cause of instability, of human rights violations, of gender inequality, of a lot of displacements in communities, and it is a source of economic livelihood. So land is a very important topic in the Republic of Kenya. That's Chapter 5. And Chapter 6 is actually one of the new chapters that were introduced in the Constitution. This is the chapter that talks about, what is Chapter 6? Chapter 6 is not the Bill of Rights. What is Chapter 6? I wanted to know. Chapter 6 is the one on leadership and integrity. There's a reason why I'm speaking about these chapters on the International Human Rights Day, because leadership and integrity is the biggest problem, the drivers of human rights violations. The impunity that we've witnessed in this country for the last 60 years, where people in the executive, the police, the security agencies, and others violate rights, and they violate all communities. They jeopardize whole communities' rights and interests with impunity. Is the reason human rights in this country continue to be risked and continue to be violated at the scale at which the violations are going on. And if you look at these two words here, human rights are the common thread that binds us all together to foster two things. What and what? Peace and stability. Peace and stability are outcomes of observing, defending, protecting human rights. You do not defend and protect human rights, you cannot secure peace and stability in any country. You'll see that all over the world. So that's Chapter 6, very important, leadership and integrity. These issues of corruption, abuse of office, and etc. is the reason why human rights are threatened in our country. And then Chapter 7 is on the representation of the people.